All right, ESPN's Tom Luginbill is with us, part of the Next Round family. We always love talking to Loogs. He is on the road with the ACC Network as they are going campus to campus to campus. I don't recognize the city by the hotel room. Where are you today, Loogs?
Oh, let me guess. That is. Oh, that's. You can look. That's Virginia. That's the University of Virginia.
Charlottesville.
I think it's Pittsburgh.
Nope, neither. Louisville.
Well,
That was ACC at least.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you were ACC too.
I said it was an ACC road trip. Part of his work with the ACC Network.
Yeah.
How are things in Louisville, Loogs? You good?
Good. Just got here last night. We'll break it all down with Jeff Brom and his crew, and I think they're going to have a pretty good football team. Obviously, they've got a couple of tough ones schedule-wise with Clemson, Miami, and SMU, and I think if they could win one of those three, just one of those three, they have the potential to be a 10-win team. This is going to be a pretty good squad, so I'm looking forward to seeing them in person.
Hard for me to take a team seriously that plays 3 weekday games, which Louisville is this year. I do think they're going to be really good, but Tyler Shuck to Miller Moss, how much of an improvement do you think that is, if it is at all?
I don't even know if it's so much an improvement. I think it's a plug and play. Miller Moss has had some real bright spots of production. And I think when you look at the history of the tutelage of Jeff Brom and the success of the quarterbacks that have played under him, what they want the quarterback to do and what they want out of the quarterback, I think it's a great marriage. So you're getting an experienced guy. Let's not forget, too, he had a 6-touchdown performance in an audition beating Louisville in the Holiday Bowl when he was a quarterback at USC a couple of years back. So I think that they identified a lot of traits in Miller Moss that they felt fit who they are. You've got an elite level running back in Isaac Brown around him. You've got 2 outstanding wideouts in Chris Bell and Colin Lacey, and really a lot of depth there. So they should be an explosive unit offensively.
Cade Klubnik is the AP All-American first-team quarterback. He got better as the year went on last year, but he has a lot of sketchy tape out there. Do you think he's turned the corner finally and is not going back to old Cade at all?
It's so interesting you say that, because my chief criticism of Cade Klubnik prior to the App State game in week 2 a year ago was that he was late, he wouldn't pull the trigger, he wouldn't anticipate, he wouldn't cut it loose, held onto the ball too long. And then, ironically, myself and Wes Durham are broadcasting that game. And he shows up and did everything opposite of what I just listed right there. He was on point. He was on time. The ball came out. He showed anticipatory traits. He was decisive. And then all of a sudden, that seemed to light a fuse throughout the rest of the season. Now, they had some really good young wideouts come to fruition and become who they thought they were going to be on top of Antonio Williams. And so the people around him now are so much better than they were, the previous 3 to 4 years, particularly at the skill positions. I don't see him going backwards. I think the number one thing you got to ask yourself with this Clemson team is, can they play to the level of the expectation? Because if you were for me, if I'm just making a prognosticated diagnosis of a preseason poll and you look at all of the identifiable traits that you think are important, I don't know how Clemson's not number 1 in the country. When you look at who they have back, the positions that they've got them back at, the caliber of player at those positions, there's not another team in college football that returns that type of, I guess you could say, preseason certainty. So do they live up to it? I mean, that's the bottom line when you're examining Clemson, because all of the pieces of the puzzle are there. And I think Tom Allen is going to be such a difference maker on defense for them from a coaching perspective.
ESPN's Tom Luginbill is with us on the road on the ACC Network. You can see him from Louisville today. They've been visiting every campus in the ACC there on the network. So if you want to get updated on what the Cards have got in stock, you can do that this week with the ACC Network. Tom Luginbill, he's on the Alexander Shinora Trial Attorneys Hotline. Hugh Freeze said this last night. Now, we think he's playing games, that Auburn could play all 3 quarterbacks, Ashton Daniels, Deuce Knight, and, of course, Jackson Arnold, who's going to be the starter. But people like us say, oh, well, now Dave Aranda's having to work on 3 quarterbacks. Is that a real thing? if a coach says that on a coach's show, haven't they already worked on Ashton Daniels and Deuce Knight? I mean, they're not just going to ignore those guys.
No, but I don't think it's, oh, now we got to prepare for that guy. It's, you have to prepare for the offense, because I don't think the offenses could dramatically shift or change based off of who's under center. In fact, if it was a freshman in Deuce Knight, it's probably going to be dumbed down and as simplified as possible so you don't overload the kid. That may be different for Ashton Daniels and Jackson Arnold. This may be some gamesmanship on behalf of Hugh Freeze, or, and the reality could be, maybe Jackson Arnold hasn't emerged to the level that they thought he would fast enough in camp, and they want to see him all play. And let's keep in mind that Baylor team completely rebounded last year behind Sawyer Robertson, the quarterback. So they have a known commodity at quarterback. So you got to be careful in this matchup that what you do at quarterback matches what the other team has shown they're able to produce, or it's going to be difficult to win the game, whoever that quarterback may be.
ESPN simulated 25 times EA Sports to find a national champion. Auburn did make their 12-team playoff. The interesting thing is they had Nebraska playing Texas Tech for the national championship, with Texas Tech winning the national championship. Obviously very far-fetched, but two teams that, if you really take a look at this, the wide-open Big 12 with Texas Tech, I know Quentin Joyner, a big loss for them yesterday, and then Nebraska with Matt Rule. It seemed like they got things back on track last year, and you look at the schedule, they've got a fighting shot. Of Nebraska, Texas Tech, either one of those teams make the college football playoff for you?
I think there's potential for Texas Tech to be in the running. I still think Nebraska's a little bit a ways away. Doesn't mean that they couldn't find themselves in the tournament. I don't think they would go very far because they're not built up front the way you need to be built up front to run that gauntlet. I will say this, though. You mentioned Texas Tech. You talk about a team where the pressure's on, and a team and a culture that hasn't had to live up to that previously, hasn't had those championship bloodlines and expectation of dealing with success and anticipation and people patting them on the back. I mean, this is one of the greatest NIL science experiments that we have seen so far, one of the best portal experiments we have seen so far. And when you talk about the Big 12, and I feel more than comfortable saying this, that is the best conference in college football when it comes to quarterback play. That's
BS. Come on, Luginbill. Are you kidding me? Really?
Run down the list.
You run it down for
Avery
me.
Johnson, Kansas State. Rocco Becht, Iowa State. Sawyer Robertson, Baylor. Josh Hoover, TCU. I could go on and on and on. Texas Tech.
Those guys,
Sam Levitt, Arizona State.
Those guys are starting.
Sam Levitt, Arizona State.
They're going to start at Texas and Georgia and Alabama. Are you kidding me?
As a conference, look at it top to bottom.
Lenore Sellers.
Look at it top to bottom. Huh?
Lenore Sellers. I mean, come on, man. Really?
I said top to bottom. I said top to bottom.
Well, I just went South Carolina. That's close to bottom for me.
I think the returning production of quarterback play in the Big 12 is outstanding. And I actually believe this is the best group of quarterback play we've seen in college football as a whole in maybe the last 20 years.
Wow.
Look at it. Run down the list. Run down the list of all of the conferences. And let's not forget, Alabama's breaking in a new quarterback. Ohio State's breaking in a new quarterback. Michigan's breaking in a new quarterback. There are a lot of but Texas, Oklahoma. Well, Oklahoma's got a proven guy. But a lot of the blue buds aren't even involved in that conversation yet because we don't know. But look at everybody else top to bottom. Quarterback play is, I think, going to be unbelievable.
We did a ridiculous Heisman draft, snake draft yesterday where we had to take 5 players each. I did have Avery Johnson because, again, we went 20 deep on this. But if you're driving a purple Corvette in Kansas, you got to be good, right? So I thought he showed flashes last year. How much better do you think Avery Johnson will be in 2025?
Yeah, I think he's going to be really, really good. I love the addition of Matt Wells, who was his quarterback coach, now running the offense. I think that's going to continue to blossom and grow. I had them in the bowl game, actually, versus Rutgers, and, he is really dynamic. Great athlete. improving and continuing to develop as a passer, but he's a handful with his legs. He is a handful when things break down. And, I think that's what makes him one of the – it's kind of like Sam Levitt at Arizona State. It's like, this guy can run. And, we can use this guy in the quarterback run game on top of what we can do in the passing game. So, listen, I'm expecting big things. I mean, what a great way to kick off college football between two really good quarterbacks off of teams that had two really good seasons a year ago with Rocco Becht at Iowa State and, of course, Avery Johnson at K-State.
So, Lugs, I went to Weapons Sunday night with my daughter. I went in blind. I'd seen the reviews. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew kind of the premise just based on the trailer, but I didn't know what was going to actually, how this thing was going to play out. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it?
Oh, I've seen it. I thought you were scared of horror movies.
I don't like horror. I like psychological thrillers. I love
Got it.
Seven.
Okay. You're like my wife.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs. I don't like horror. This is definitely horror. I thought it was well done from the different perspectives of the characters, but boy, it was freaky. Did you like it?
I did. I really enjoyed it. Did you see Barbarian?
I did. Yeah.
That guy directed.
Yep.
Okay. I think that guy's got a great feel for like creepiness and just jarring the viewer with something that they haven't seen before, right? I don't feel like he's a recycle type director. He's going to come up with something that hasn't been done. I enjoyed it. I liked it. And if you haven't seen it, you probably haven't seen this actress in a long, long time. But Ed Harris's wife, Amy Madigan, steals the show. Would you agree?
And she, that is just one of the roughest looking characters I've ever seen. But yes.
Oh my goodness! I mean, what a performance!
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Hey, by the way, I don't know if I talked to you guys last time. Are you guys watching Smoke on Apple?
No. Tell me more.
Fantastic. So it's Taron Egerton, and it's a show about an arson investigator who's investigating two different arsonists that are committing these crimes in two vastly different ways. And that's all I'll tell you to get you started. And then as the thing weaves through, you're going to love it.
Better than Backdraft?
Oh, come on, stop it. That was a great movie, though.
I heard the first couple of episodes are a slow burn, though. Is that true?
Oh, jeez.
The first episode's a bit of a slow burn. Stick with it. And by the way, Jim, why did you get so mad at my Big 12 quarterback comment?
Because it wasn't the SEC.
I was just teasing what's going to happen every Monday morning throughout the football season as year 3 of Monday Morning Live returns. Brown, make the announcement.
Monday Morning Live, new time this year. 8 a.m. Central, every single Monday leading into the next round, starting Monday with Monday Morning Live. ESPN's Tom Luginbill and Jim Dunaway. You guys loved it last year. I hope you love it an hour later. You could sleep in on Mondays, 8 a.m. Central Time. Every single Monday, talking college football starting this Monday. Lugs, we're excited it's coming back.
And when you say BS stuff, I'm going to call it out this year, just like I just did.
Good. I'm glad. Listen, I'll tell you one of the reasons why I'm most excited this time around. We've worked together for a number of years. My assignment this year, I'll be in the booth on Thursday night ESPN.
Oh, I didn't know we could announce that. So, yeah, Luginbill's doing the Thursday night ESPN games. Yes.
And then what I've got to do each week, I will then go to Bristol first thing Friday morning, and I'll do television duties from the studio throughout the weekend, which is then going to give me an opportunity to not have to cram as much as I did a year ago with what my previous schedule was. So I'm really excited to be able to be in the studio for college football weekends, which I haven't done in 12 years, to be able to really get my eyes on everything as it's happening, not having to do it, at 1 o'clock in the morning prior to my Sunday radio show, catching up on everything. So I'm pumped about it. Love you guys. Love working with all you guys. It's going to be great.
What is your first Thursday assignment? Do you have Boise, USF, or Cincinnati and Nebraska?
Yeah.
Boise. So you got Boise,
South Florida.
That's tough game for Boise.
Right out of the chute.
I think it's a really good matchup, right? Like everybody's looking to see, okay, what does this Boise team look like? And then South Florida 2 years ago kind of burst onto the scene. Last year took a step back, but they've got almost everybody back, made some portal additions. I think it's going to be a great Thursday to kick it off.
Yeah, you're going to learn, like these guys haven't yet, that Ashton Genty, not that good. It's that offensive line that's back in its entirety. And you'll see they'll just put out another running back that'll run for 2,000 yards this year.
And by the way, they got one. He's a redshirt freshman, and he's a hoss.
Yeah, but it's
Sire Gaines, right?
He's a linebacker, wasn't he?
Yep.
It's that great offensive line, though. Anybody could run for 2,000 yards. Genty, Overrated.
Anybody.
he and Brock Bowers.
Hot take. All right. So Luginbill, next Thursday night, the night of our kickoff party, we'll have the game on at Walk-Ons. You'll be able to see Luginbill in that South Florida, and Boise game. But before all of that, Monday, 8 a.m. Central, Monday morning live. Thank you, Luke. Safe travels. We'll see you Monday morning.
Can't wait, guys. Have a great rest of the day.